Okay, guys, may we listen to this brother. This brother get important to talk when it makes sense about this election issue. Guys, make una gather here, may we listen to him. I bet make una me subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you guys for my next video.
Okay, first and foremost, all the different spheres of the Edo society has collapsed. And the primary reason for this collapse is the clear lack of leadership. Clear lack of leadership. So just name it. Is it the public service and civil service? There's no leadership there. It has collapsed. I saw one of your videos not long ago where you showed a pile of files on the desk of Okpebholo.
Yes.
Files that we had consigned to the rubbish bin of history.
Hey.
By Obaseki's ingenious intervention with respect to digital, operation of government, digital governance. They are back on desks piling up. Look at the health sector; it has collapsed. Go to Edo Specialist Hospital, which the Obaseki government was running seamlessly. Every day you went there at that time when Obaseki was there, the car parks were full. People were looking for okay, those are the files.
Yes.
People knew that if they went there, they were going to get good laboratory tests. They were going to get good consultations from expert doctors, and so on and so forth. As I speak to you today, this health sector in Edo is in shambles. Look at the education system. He made all kinds of promises, to different tertiary institutions instead of going the route that Obaseki went, which is get all these high institutions to become self-sustaining. Or he went the other route, said, he's going to subvert all of them. No leadership. They have all come crashing. I heard that up until today, I think even yesterday, up until Friday last week at least, they had not paid February salary for Ambrose Ali University. Go to the civil space where they're supposed to run businesses, transportation business, market women, all those low-level commerce within the state. It's in shambles. You see all kinds of non-state actors wearing all manner of vests and uniforms, terrorizing the people, beating up drivers on the street. I just read in one of the national newspapers that yesterday or so, either earlier today or yesterday, that a driver who drives a truck is not even an Edo person, is a just person from Plateau State, probably just passing through, was killed by these thugs. For 1,000 naira, they were demanding from him. Market women, they are scared to go to the market because they don't know what kind of embarrassment and harassment they're going to face on that day. Our mothers are back to that era of absolute trepidation and fear because some young boys are going to come into the market demanding, them that they pay some kind of rent or toll or levies or whatever it is. There's chaos. Then go to security. Edo is the most explosive state as far as insecurity is concerned in Nigeria, maybe in Africa. Killings, brutal killings. These things were non-existent when we were there in government. Government we handed over just about 4 months ago is in shambles. The head of Vigilante Network in Onwa was killed, brutally butchered in his farm. In Okpekpe, young men who are trying to hold the force of security within the community, butchered and killed. Oshomole's own Issaquah West, the Reverend Fathers are abducted. There's demand for 200 million naira ransom for Reverend Fathers, poor Reverend Fathers whose only interest is spiritual emancipation of the people of that community. Look at the other video I saw today when they went into someone's house on Fulani herdsmen in Esako West, butchered the man and nearly killed him, and then moved to the other house to abduct innocent people and take them into bondage and so just name it. Go to the education, people handling education in the state. The teachers are in disarray. The tabs that Obaseki gave to the teachers are being withdrawn from the teachers, and I'm sure they are prepared to use it for political settlement of their people. But as I speak to you, a large number of teachers and people in the education system, their tabs are being withdrawn for them. Go and find out. The entire state is in chaos. The Osioma power that Obaseki brought into Edo State, you know what they do now? They don't pay anymore for electricity, because Obaseki had a power purchase agreement with Osioma, which means that they supply the state government establishments electricity, and then we pay bulk, every month or every other month, as the case may be. Today, what is the situation? Paulo has said to the 10th, O Israel, all ministries, departments, and agencies go and look for money to pay your own electricity bill to Osioma. There is no leadership. The place is in shambles. So once there is no leadership, even the criminals themselves know, they take notice. Once they notice that there's no leadership in a space, they come in there and they inflict harm on the people because they know there's no leadership. The other day I saw him talking about trucks and vehicles and cars, as if the vehicles themselves are going to provide security for the people, assuming those vehicles were actually deployed to serve the purpose of securing people. Let's assume, even though I don't concede, even though I know that most of those vehicles ended up in the houses of political leaders in Edo State who have done certain political favors to Kwewolo that is yet to repay. At least 50 to 60% of those vehicles ended up in the houses of politicians, but he used the name of security agencies to make the procurement and to pull the money out of state treasury. Now, security cannot be achieved by word of mouth and by buying vehicles and by an absentee landlord in the person of Okpewolo. He doesn't sit in one place. He's junketing from one city to the other. If he's not in Abuja, he's in Lagos. If he's not in Lagos, he's in Delta, begging people to go and beg Tinubu to play hardball with the judiciary so that they will continue to perpetuate his illegal stay in office, in Edo State. So that's all that concerns him now. Moving from place to place, looking for people to beg Tinubu to force the judges in the tribunal to give a wrong verdict. So once a place has become so chaotic, what happens next? Criminals will come in. And that is the reason why Edo State is currently in disarray, because there's no leadership, because there's no governor. There's just some guy who was forced on the people, who is now trying to force himself to continue to be, within this space. That's the challenge you have in Edo State. But if you want me to go into the technical details of what Obaseki did to ensure that was security in Edo State, I will try.
That is actually my next question before we go back to APC. Now, you have criticized the Okpewolo government the last 4 months that it's been a chaotic situation. Every sectors of the economy, the state is crashing, from education to healthcare to infrastructure. Nothing like it's working. The man is deleting this one is too good. This one is good, right? Who did it? Obaseki, crash it. Edo G's. Why is Obaseki issuing CO photo Edo? Why crash it? How much are they paying for survey? No, it's too cheap. Increase it. We need to, the system is crashing. Now, in the area of security, I know you were not the special advisor on security or the commissioner, what did Obaseki do differently? That even in election period, within a year of robbery, kidnapping, killings, what did Obaseki do differently that Okpebholo is not doing today? That is crashing things in Edo.
Obaseki deployed a very high level, strategy to manage the security in Edo State. And I dare say, and I'm ready to debate with anybody who has a contrary opinion, that Okpebholo does not possess the competence to deploy such a strategy. I repeat, Okpebholo, by his very nature, cannot. He doesn't know. You can't give what you don't have. He doesn't have the experience, doesn't have the dexterity, doesn't have the know-how, doesn't have the knowledge, doesn't have the training, doesn't have the education to deploy such sophisticated strategy to manage security. What is that strategy? Obaseki first and foremost realized that before you can ensure the first thing Obaseki took note of was the fact that as a government, your primary responsibility is to ensure that the people are not only safe, they feel safe. And then they
are not only safe, they
feel it, they will feel that I'm safe. That's your responsibility.
That one is powerful because that is exactly what I am feeling here.
Yes.
I am safe and also feeling safe.
You feel safe. You are not wondering whether anybody will push your door in the night. You don't have such concerns. You are not just safe, you feel safe. Obaseki first understood that and underlined that. And then what did he do? He identified that the security of any system is local to that system. So if you break the state down into bits and pieces, you're going to find different communities. If you're not going to get people within those communities to dedicate themselves to the security of those communities, you will not achieve security there. Which is what is wrong with the federal system, of government in Edo State, in Nigeria, where security is managed centrally from Abuja. Security is local. So what did Obaseki do? He penetrated the different communities and began to set up structures within those communities that are connected with the government. He used traditional institutions, which is one of the things that is misunderstood or deliberately misinterpreted by some people within the traditional space. Oh, Obaseki wants to divide the Benin Kingdom. No. What Obaseki did was to go into these communities to ensure that the different traditional rulers, dukes, knights, whatever they call them, that they are in tune with the security in their localities. And not only in tune in terms of head knowledge alone, but they are also incentivized to be able to stay comfortably within their communities.
No, you need you need to break this English down.
Okay.
That incentive. We don't understand it. Break it down for us.
Okay, make a count down. Now, Obaseki now realize that security in the state can only be guaranteed when all the local authorities within the state are in tune with the people within their communities. What was happening in Edo State? All these Enogies, Onojes, all these small traditional rulers within different communities, they all had to leave their communities. Many of them were living in Benin. Some went abroad.
Lagos.
To go and hustle. Because there was no subventions, no supports, no subsidies from government. So they can't just go and sit in the palace there, in their palaces there in their villages with nothing. So Obaseki, what did he do? He broke down the remuneration system of traditional institutions to ensure that money, that's what I call incentivize. That money will go percolate all the way down statutorily. Not dashes, no. The constitution, the RAMFAC has a provision for funding of the local institutions within the different communities. Obaseki ensured that those monies percolated. Percolate means he go inside.
He touched their hand.
So what happened there was that there was now leadership within the different local communities. Through this leadership established in the different communities, Obaseki now solicited for hands, local hands. Over 15,000 men were brought from different localities across the entire state. And we brought them in batches into the police college in Ogida. And they were trained. They were given sophisticated security training, intelligence gathering, everything, the use of how to use firearms, everything. They were trained by the police, they were trained by the military, they were trained by the DSS.
Wow.
And then dispersed back to their different communities with communication devices, sophisticated communication devices. What people call walkie-talkie. They all had it. Their walkie-talkies had ranges that could talk. I had one of it at that time as a member of the Edo State Executive Council. I had one of the walkie-talkies. Even if I'm in Lagos, you can talk to me with that walkie-talkie from Benin.
Are you serious?
Yes. So all the sector commanders across the different localities across Edo State had these communication devices. So once there is any pen in any locality, the command and control center in the heart of Benin is aware of it. Obaseki deployed the most sophisticated surveillance system in Nigeria. The whole of Benin City, from Ikpoba Hill to Ugbowo to Ramat Park, everywhere, covered by sophisticated cameras, which were watched real time by people in the command and control center. And there were emergency numbers 792 and 112, which you could call to report any emergency. And that emergency will be responded to swiftly because we had bases in different locality. So it's not a question of trying to go from Benin to go and deal with the problem in Isako West. We have bases in Isako West, both military, police, and local vigilantes. Obaseki tied up the security system in the state into a strong network. It was difficult to execute a crime and go scot-free. You were almost certain that if you committed a crime in Edo State, if you get away from the scene of that crime that day, you will not spend the next 24 hours in freedom. Once criminals see that when they commit a crime within a certain space, they will certainly be apprehended. What happens? They take off. That's how they all left Edo State. So what we do, I talked about the strong management within localities. I talked about strong, serious manpower training for all the people that were nominated by the people in those committees. So they were genuine, legitimate people that were known, they were profiled, their biometrics were taken, everything. They were properly trained. And then they had sophisticated communication devices, with which they could talk to one another and talk to their base. And then we had solid surveillance. Have you not entered the command and control center?
Sir, I was there.
You can pick a pin on the floor in Bobai from inside government house. You can zoom into the Akara woman frying Akara in front of my grandfather's house in Zabayo. You could, so strong surveillance. And then finally, technology cuts across all of this, but there was serious investment in technology. So we had drones. So areas where foot soldiers could not get to, drones were deployed. Heat sensing drones that would pick thermal signals from people's bodies and identify they were there. So kidnappers had no places to keep their victims.
Hi.
All of this sophisticated system I just explained to you, we refrained from telling the details of this story when we were in government because we thought security was not supposed to be something just because we don't want to tell your enemy your plan.
Yes.
Okpebholo came into office absolutely ignorant of what security is about, thinking that security is about buying Hiluxes and buying a motorcycle, destroy the system. That is what you are experiencing now with the avalanche of insecurity in the state. That's what you're experiencing now.
Mr. Crusoe, want to thank you so much because this is like a lecture room. This is like a lecture room where you pay attention and you take something home. Ladies and gentlemen, we have over 800 people watching. Please, it's still not enough. We need to hit over 1,000 people watching. I'm sure Okpebholo is not here yet. Please, I need minimum 100 shares wherever you are watching from, because Facebook, YouTube will not, they don't distribute political updates. They distribute entertainment. So we get to the door by ourselves. I beg, please share this video, like this video, drop comments. You can't just sit and be listening. You are not engaging. Let's see engagement. Engagement can come in the form of "Hey Obaseki." You can be typing a matter of Obaseki. Just type anything in the comment section to show engagement. With that one, Facebook and YouTube will know, okay, people like this broadcast. That's why they are engaging. So please, I want us to get more people to view us before we continue. Mr. Crusoe, my next question tight well. But I don't want to ask you this question without we don't watch this video together. This is Oshiomhole exposing the incompetence of his own godson. He's the godfather. His own puppet. Oshiomhole was on the floor of the Senate exposing the dark side of Okpebholo's government. He used the word. Even we will be opposition, never even use that word. Oshiomhole used the word to say Edo is under siege. Obaseki's 8 years. Not even opposition, the Yamu used that word. But Oshiomhole, after coming to launch vehicles and enjoy the jamborees, the 100 days, went to the Senate to report his puppet, Okpebholo. Because anything you say in the Senate, Tinubu will hear, Vice President will hear, everybody will hear. He went to the Senate to report Okpebholo, that Okpebholo has failed in the area of security, that his APC government has failed. So before I ask you this question, I want to make we watch this Oshiomhole video with a comeback, sir.
Mr. President, sir, thank you for the opportunity. I rise to support my brother and friend, Senator Neda, and to support this motion. But first, I want to acknowledge that from all the reports we have received in recent times, it will appear that our security forces are doing extremely well, and they are making a lot of progress, such that part of the country that were not safe before are much, much safer now. At least we had that much from an event that we both attended just last week. So we must commend the armed forces for what they are doing and encourage them to see how they can expand the operation to cover the whole country. Like Senator Neda stated in the motion, it is not only in Ovia. In fact, it will be more correct to say that the entire Edo state is under siege by bandits and by terrorists and by headers. We have terrible pictures of people who have been murdered in cold blood, men and women. In fact, someone's compound has been turned to a graveyard by terrorists and bandits. We have tried to talk to the local security forces. Many of us have had to fund some local vigilante group, but I am convinced that the way to go is in the manner that that is very well captured in this memo, namely, while commending the
distinguished colleagues, please, those who are making phone calls should stop.
Neda, even you,
Chief Whip, those who are making phone calls should stop.
So, sir, Mr. President, sir, thank you very much for protecting small people.
Senator Adams, leader, I've observed on your behalf. It's something the Chief Whip should have done. Please, those who are making phone calls should stop. It is not allowed by our rules in the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You have the floor. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President, for protecting small people. Those of us who are vertically challenged, sometimes we have difficulties being heard. But, Mr. President, you are fair to us. So, in supporting the motion, I want to commend the National Security Advisor and all the security chiefs and urge them to extend, exactly as captured, this
Sorry, may I once again observe that those who are making phone calls should stop.
Also, sir, if I draw your attention, the chairman of the Security Committee is not on his seat and is engaging Senator Yahaya and preventing him from listening to us.
Colleague to stop making phone calls while proceedings are going on.
And he's not on his seat. He is moving to opposition side. And he's still talking, sir.
He has gone to convince them to come here.
The senior Senator Abuba will approach the chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, like Senator Neda said, this is the farming season. It's already raining. Rains have already started in Edo State and I believe in part of southern Nigeria. This is the time our farmers go to farm. And with the level of killings and banditry and kidnapping in Edo State, most of our farmers are now not able to go to the farm. And therefore, I urge my colleagues, distinguished senators, to support this motion, commend the National Security Advisor, commend the service chiefs, and urge them to extend this special, I think the name is very well captured here, which is a combination of a special task force with all the necessary gadget and motivation to go to Edo State to wipe away the criminal. Because it will appear that as we make progress in the north, the bandits are moving towards the south. And it is important that they are caged. Otherwise, very soon, between Kogi, Edo, and Delta, we are likely to witness more serious banditry as a result of the progress that is being made elsewhere. So, Mr. President, I urge my colleagues to support this motion with this additional amendment that it is the entire Edo State. In fact, it will interest you that Senator Mondo Peolo, Governor Mondo Peolo, just last week told me that one of his local government is now inaccessible because of the level of banditry. Even though he's doing his best to provide security, more vehicles, more communication gadgets to the armed forces.
Mr. Cruz Osaki. He don't cast last. Now everybody go chop breakfast. If they tell me say Oshomole go quick start to read the book of Lamentation like this, I go talk say na lie. Oshomole say Edo is under siege. Down at one, he narrated. If you notice, even the senators there, they were not taking him serious. They talk. Some they still call. Like even the Senate president call, they say, I'm gonna let this man talk because and they don't say you go sit down, not you go put person on the competent for you remove you see Aswell Godalo, you go fight. Put this one and the man promised to insecurity. Now you are coming to the Senate floor to disturb. Even Senator Neda,
He's
If
not
you
listening
notice
to us.
in the video, he don't even address Neda as Senator Neda. He said,
Neda.
Neda, even you, like his boy. He said, Neda, even you, not even distinguish Senator Neda. Because Neda was PA and legislative aid to Urokide. Put your name for this form, go submit it. In case I don't get ticket for this side, I will cross
Send
on
that
this
for
side.
me.
Then the whole waka come favor Neda, also Labour. So they
Yeah.
see Neda represented those Baba. If you don't ban,
Finish him.
if court don't do something, I'm sure the Benin race will not survive another 2 years. They are going to completely wipe us out. Now. Sir, my next question, and the last one when he talk, Oshomole quoted a city governor who is the chief security officer. Oshomole finish. He finished
Staying on the Figo village again.
He said, a city governor complained to Oshomole there is a part of his village where nobody enter again. But it. So, sir, my question what I ask you now is say, what is your take on the motions by Oshomole? I will play Marcus later by Oshomole in the National Assembly on the issue of insecurity in Edo. How you see this matter?
Okay, first and foremost, I like to express my very sincere shock over the fact that for the first time since when I study Adams Oshomole, right from when I do journalism, before I come work for government, I never hear truth for Oshomole mouth before.
Wow.
So I want to commend Oshomole. Be like say you don't repent. Oshomole not the fit talk true. You know the fit. But for the first time, I come see and say he can't talk true. So much as I would like to spank and where, but I want to commend them. Say because I mean, we are Christians. We recommend repentance from dead works to people. Once you do bad things, our message is stop doing bad things, do good things. And for me, that was a very remarkable departure from the nature of Oshomole to speak the truth. So I commend you there.
But sir, I disagree with you.
Okay.
Sir, the Oshomole I know.
That's why they talk true.
No, I disagree with you. I don't want to know, Mr. Crusoe. You know you are a man of God. For your mind now, the repentance. No, it's like what Kabaka is doing in the door. Saying, I want to fight for the people. I want to help the government generate money. Shaba is collecting 30,000. No molest is collecting 40,000. F4 is collecting, and the government is collecting 200. People they praise that.
Apostle of transparency.
Apostle of transparency. Make up people say no. Now Tony want to carve you come. No, you they say for the first time Oshomole talk the truth. No.
Surprise.
I feel say he get wetin Oshomole want from Okpebholo. Yes, he not give up. I don't trust Oshomole.
Because between me and you, I shocked. When I see that video,
God forbid.
I shocked. Say, wait to Amy Madiagmoa.
No.
You know,
you will not say that repentance. I believe there is a secret fight.
Yes.
Between Oshomole and Okpebholo.
Yes.
Now Oshomole now will say, hey, look at you. You were we for them. Now I'll go draw your brokers for Senate. I'll go report you for Senate. Say you dead incompetent. Because for Oshomole to quote Okpebholo, say Okpebholo tell us say a section of the village This one we spent over 10 billion, 10 vehicles. They
For,
just say,
for,
so,
you know,
sir,
the thing. So yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that I surprised at the radical departure from the nature of Adams Oshomole to constantly and consistently and perpetually falsify issues. You know, they talk through. So now come here and they talk something when it won't be like true, when it can't be like serious truth, it can't they surprise me. So you know, as a matter of fact, Oshomole was spot on. I think almost simultaneously as Oshomole, who is the godfather of Okpewolo, who put Okpewolo there by fire by force in violation of the will of Edo people. I think they fire Okpewolo for Senate about the insecurity. Now, so our younger brother, a very mature, intelligent young man, Marcus Onobu.
Honorable Marcus.
Yes, he's one of the revelations of Godwin Obaseki, the guru. Now Obaseki discovered that guy.
Yes.
Obaseki open road for him, make him be Speaker of the House of Assembly for Edo State, and then from there the guy explode. Smart guy, young, sharp guy. That guy also, Marcus Onobu, representing East West. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. He also spoke in the Federal House of Representatives, saying exactly the same thing, saying that Okpewolo has lost control of the security structure in Edo State, saying Okpewolo is overwhelmed and that Okpewolo needs help from the federal government.
No, sir, I want to take you back to Oshomole because me, I will play the Marcus video.
Yes.
So I make hear what you they react to.
Yes.
The Oshomole part. Thank you very much, Epa Egosa Agbola, for the super chat. Thank you very much. God bless you. Please, guys, make sure not forget to super chat me. Oh. I don't work today. Oh. Now, not say, Mr. Crusoe, you don't say where in the chop media money 20-something years ago. No, they go. Now, big man, with so I beg. At least, even if media don't pay, offering will pay as a man of God. So, one big man for one company now say, Crusoe, please, can you help me do this also article? Boissimate, enemy, they pay him in dollars. So I beg, make sure I put my super chat for here for me.
Make a help about Pumot, I beg, so that we'll get this opportunity to the talk to our people. They're gonna help us super chat about me. I go do my own super chat too.
I believe you, leader. Leader, Edo is under siege. Oshomole at the National Assembly. Talk to us.
So I like you said, I suspect something is going on. But let's state it as it is. What Oshomole said in the House, in the Senate, is correct. As a matter of fact, there is no emphasis you can place on this problem in Edo State when it go reach to cover the extent of the problem. Edo is in chaos. Edo is in crisis. But it is surprising to see that Oshomole is actually speaking up. You know, considering the fact that he is the one that threw the incompetent Okpewolo there to superintend over the state and to plunge Edo State into this chaos. So everything Oshomole said there is correct. The state is under siege from Edo South all the way to Edo North. There is crisis. Children are being killed. Their palms and their feet cut off. I saw a video of a young boy in Irua Axis, I think, who was killed, his foot and his palms cut off. You know, brutal killings going on in Edo State. You know, aside from the killing, there's raping, there is all kinds of atrocities going on in Edo State, as if it's a place that is unpoliced, as if it's a place that has no leadership, as if it's a place that has no governor, as if it's a place that has no chief security officer, and they can come and debate with me later on this statement I'm going to make now. Okpewolo draws 750 million monthly. I repeat, Okpewolo draws 750 million naira monthly. That is $500,000 monthly. $500,000 equivalent monthly as security votes. Yet, Edo is a fiasco. Edo is in chaos. Edo is under siege, to borrow the terms of Senator Adams Oshomole. Edo is under siege, despite drawing 750 million naira, which is equivalent of $500,000 every month as security votes.
Hi. Mr. Crusoe, we need to play Marcus Onobu's video because of the C finish, the C Oshomole finish for Senate, they don't let her talk. But our brother, Right Honorable Marcus Onobu, was on channels. He don't fair talker for National Assembly. He constantly go channels where the word will hear her, and he use one word. Oshomole say Edo is under siege. He get the word where Marcus Onobu use. Make everybody watch her. Make we hear the word. Trying to.
Like you said, yes, a motion was taken on the floor of the House, calling on the Inspector General of Police to intervene to curb the security, situation in Edo. One could describe the situation in Edo today as quoting His Excellency Senator Adams Oshomole on the floor of the House some days ago, that Edo State is practically under siege, by criminal bandits. You find that every corner of Edo, from Ovia to Onwa to Esa, every part of Edo, there are issues of kidnapping, there are issues of killings, there are communal clashes, people are unable to go to farm. So for me, the issue of security, we shouldn't play politics with it. And I came to National Assembly to be the voice for my people, and haven't served in the capacity that I served in Edo. So I had to take this opportunity to call on the federal government to please intervene so that our people, considering the fact that we are just approaching the rainy season and our people are predominantly farmers, so they should be able to access their farm. On assessing Governor Okpebholo's governance in the last few months and the area of security, well, I saw on the media that he's been able to buy vehicles for security personnel across the state. But for me, that is not enough, because you recall that some time ago, the former governor, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, actually launched a security control and command center where they were able to, actually police every nooks and crannies of Edo State. And also, we had the Edo Security Network, set up, where we have the locals from various
Marcus,
communities
just a moment,
manning various
just a moment. Are you saying that under Obaseki, former Governor Obaseki, this insecurity was better than now? Is that what you're saying? Because I know that
the situation, yes.
I know that Governor Monday Okpebholo had passed that anti-kidnapping law and had begun to crack down on kidnappers then and continue the demolition of properties of some of these people. So what data do you have to compare both?
Yeah, it's a commendable move that, yes, in order to discourage kidnappings and armed robbery and what have you in the State House of Assembly had passed a law assented to by the governor. But what I'm trying to say is that apart from providing vehicles for the security agencies, the truth of the matter is we had a Edo Security Network that had all community leaders as part of their, security personnel across the state. When the governor came, this security network, they began to play politics with it. And that is why you see the ripple effect of, these security challenges today. Because what we had before is that if there's any security challenge within a community, before you know, the CP and even the area commander and DPOs, they've been able to gather that intelligence and they nip the matter, on the board. So for me, apart from providing security vehicles for the security, what about, other technological equipment to equip the police and other security agencies to crack down on these criminal elements and bandits?
Honorable Marcus, just a moment.
So I think,
whilst you've raised it on the floor of the House, have you also been able to raise it with the governor? Because you're a politician, you're in the federal House, you should be able to have some audience on some of these ideas you're pushing forward. Given what you
exactly.
think.
That's why we are all here. Whether local government, state government, or federal government, is all governments, encompassing. And the fact is, I have taken the move to take this motion on the floor of the House. If I have the opportunity to interface with His Excellency the Governor, I'll certainly make my suggestions to him. But the situation as of today is that the state government seem overwhelmed with the security situation, and that is why we are calling on the federal government through the calling on the Inspector General of Police through the National Assembly to please, as a matter of national importance, intervene in the security situation in Edo. You recall that we had elections in September, and the Inspector General of Police was seriously involved with that election by deploying, serious police personnel to Edo, and there was peace during that election. So we also are calling on Inspector General of Police that in the same breath, now that there are security challenges in Edo, he should not beam the security searchlights in order to fish out these criminal bandits from Edo states.
At the end of the day, I don't know whether the government will be comfortable with the word, using word like they are overwhelmed. Maybe they will respond to you some other time. But at the end, I have a couple of other questions of national importance, but I'm told we're totally out of time. Thank you so much, Honorable Marcus Onobu, member representing Esan West Federal Constituency, for your input on the program. Thank you.
Mr. Crusoe Osagie,
Bazi.
we need your reaction, and I'm sure you know the word that we are looking for.
Yes.
Talk to us.
He said it very clearly. Oshomole said it in his own words. Oshomole said that Edo is under siege. But for Marcus Onobu, he said it appears that the government of Monday Pueblo has what? Is overwhelmed.
Wow.
We appear to be overwhelmed. And he's absolutely right. Absolutely. Okay, so now, if you say Marcus Onobu is saying this because he's a PDP member in the House of Representatives, what about Oshomole? What about Neda? Don't forget that Oshomole was speaking after Neda had proposed a bill on the same matter. Neda is from Labour Party. Oshomole is from the APC. Marcus Onobu is from the PDP. So it's a perfect storm of insecurity in Edo State, and no person can underplay the devastating impact that this is having on the people of Edo State. Edo people are crying. Edo people are wailing. Edo people are in tension. They are under tension. They are under pressure. They are crying. They are bleeding. We are calling for help. We are calling on the Inspector General of Police to do the needful. And we are also calling on the president to please allow the judiciary right the wrong that has been done in Edo State. A leader has been, superimposed or imposed on the people of Edo State who they did not vote for. Somebody they did not vote for is the one holding the reins in Edo. It has to be corrected so that the peace that the people seek will come to Edo State finally.
Mr. Crusoe Osagie, we are still going to hold you for another 20 minutes.
No problem.
Because the last question what I want to ask you, which outside the security, many people still call now IGRO matter. Because the APC, the gang, we don't have a government in Edo, we have a gang. The gang that we have in Osadebe Avenue, they are doing us like this. They are doing us. The more you look, the less you see. So I will ask you a question on IGRO, but make I take this question, and I will also take like 3 questions from the comment session. Let me take this. Let me ask you this question. Okay, Mr. Crusoe Osagie, the emergency response initiative. You don't say when they go to their jamboree for stadium, the driver of one of the vendors, Ruru, die for them.
Yes.
They leave the man for inside rain. There was no attempt to rescue the man. Now, when the rain finish, and then they can go use stick to touch the man. Oh God. They go use stick touch up like the man city.
The man don't move.
If not the immunity, for that way, Okpebholo and Dennis suppose they jail now. But may we wait. After their immunity, in the next few months, they will be out of that government house. The emergency response initiative introduced by the immediate past governor Obaseki has now attracted. Like say, I must ask you. Me, I know say you know they lie, even as you dey defend your guy, you know they pull lie for this your work. I know you. Has attracted 3 million euros from the French government. Why has Okpebholo truncated it? I don't understand.
Okay.
Say, wait, me here say 3 million they come for this emergency response. This way Obaseki is set up. You buy ambulance, buy vehicles, do a lot. And people really see the work when they do. Now, 3 million euros they come from French government. And Okpebholo stop am. I don't understand why government was supposed to receive money. They stop money.
Not true. Stop him because you say anywhere in here.
No. Are you saying this authoritatively or you are using allegedly?
Oh, I'm telling you authoritatively. 3 million euros that's supposed to come from the French Foreign Development Initiative. Yes, 3 million. Let me tell you the origin. Now, Obaseki was transforming every sector of the state. I haven't set up the what we call a health insurance scheme. What is health insurance if you do not have an emergency response program? If the person when you give health insurance to can't go sick for night in North Reach Hospital, how your health insurance want to help him? So another lap of completing the healthcare cycle in Edo was to ensure that there was an emergency, response system in place. Now EMS, now they call it. Obaseki, in partnership with the French government, they gave us a grant of 300,000 euros. Obaseki used that 300,000 euros judiciously, train medical personnel, get equipment, get buses, establish the telephone network when they reach the toll-free network 112. Ask anybody for Edo, if you get injury, you collapse or anything, die 112. People they come into during Obaseki administration. So Obaseki successfully and flawlessly executed that plan in partnership with the French government. When French government see the way Obaseki laid the thing out, that make us what they call Okpebholo next of kin now. Okpebholo no know where $3 million, 3 million euros they come from. 3 million euros is coming on the back of the effective deployment of the 300,000 when they give us. When they come here and say, see as this for use ordinary 300,000 euro to package this new year, let's help them to scale across the state. 9 French government approved 3 million euros for the scaling of the emergency response across the state. As the team, they don't agree, the French government is actually supposed to be in Edo State within the next 1 week to come and sign, make them wire us the 3 million euros to Edo account. Now we the government now. Happy with the government now. Okpebholo say like he say he want to sack the people when the French government they do the work. Make them go bring, make him go, he want to bring his own person come. If they not let him bring, he make like a Coca-Cola. He never this weekend, in your people they beg him. Yeah, see everything Obaseki not fit. He not agree. As them beg and reach, he not agree. That matter is in jeopardy as we speak right now.
Just because they're Obaseki name.
Oh yes. He say, hey, Obaseki, you don't too much. Anywhere you go, Obaseki. If you want to go sleep for night, Obaseki. If you want to go Abuja, Obaseki. If you go Lagos, Obaseki. He don't tire for this Obaseki name everywhere. They mean what they do. May they change the people when they do them. Otherwise, you know they do. That's where we are. That's the kind of person that is sitting in Osadebe Avenue, standing on the path of the survival of his people. As we talk now, that emergency services don't collapse for Edo. If you die 112 now, Oyo. If you die 739, Oyo.
Nobody go pick.
Go Dalana.
Kabaka Vemu.
Who phone back Kabaka Yati Kabaka? Don Kabazo. Quick baby, my brother. Quick baby, I the shame. Honestly, I'm so ashamed of what is going on in Edo State today. It is shameful. It's so shameful that if I know they like to talk, say I work for government, but people don't know the difference. If you're not near the grassroots, not near Edo, you know, say Obaseki's government was completely different. You know, the people when they call them special advisor, and when me see I go on for meet. You see, so we are in dire straits. We are in
Mr. Crusoe,
Yeah.
I remember when Mr. Governor, I wish I know say I will ask you this question for even get I don't kill the videos where the time where Governor Obaseki they launched this Edo emergency response this thing. I remember the governor making the statement that this is the first phase. That they are going to get more vehicles, get more trained, not be paramedics that they call them.
Paramedics. And the way Obaseki would arrange and now community based. They don't go train somebody. They don't go train somebody when they for a K1 road to respond to somebody when something happened to for Ugbo. So the people when they respond to things for Ugbo, now Ugbo area community, and then they stay, and then they go train.
They know all the corridor. They know
everywhere. So when the call goes to 112 to the command and control center, those ones will now direct it to the community. The people when they train for that community and they go respond to that emergency. So look, honestly, if you know the heartache.
The governor said we are going to have this in Edo Central, in Edo North.
Yes.
People get more of the, like for a year now, if they break, if you just start from front of my house, you'll see NHS emergency vehicle don't pass.
Oh, yes. Oh,
if
yes.
they tell the go, you'll see, once you hear that siren, even when they go do my driving training, they say if you hear that emergency siren, you must clear for them to park. So now there is no hope for that emergency to go to Edo North and Edo Central.
They don't go camp. Don't go camp. It's a vex. See Obaseki too popular.
Okay, if you reject the one where they come from that because Obaseki name, what about the one where the IGR way they make now for Edo? All the companies Obaseki bring when they bring money come every month. Why not reject them too?
No, that one, you just collect that and put for pocket. This one, say they must talk, say, the effective deployment of the phase 1 is what has now led to the approval of phase 2. And when you say phase 1, when did it happen? It happened during Obaseki's administration. And you say, we'll pass the hill of Obaseki, die and there. I don't want to make the hill of Obaseki.
It's just because of say, Mr. Crusoe and Azu are calling it Obaseki. Okay. See, we want to appeal, please. Mr. Crusoe, I beg you will need to help us appeal to Okpelo say, make you receive the money. Bring the equipment, say, we don't owe Obaseki. We don't
I beg. You hear what Azu talk so? I beg, let the money flow into the Edo treasury and let us use it. I beg, not Tifam, not go share and give your godfathers. Now, because Obaseki used 300,000 well, now make them bring 3 million. So let them deploy it professionally, technocratically, and then let it do the work that it's supposed to do and help our people. Don't vex. We don't go hail Obaseki, I beg. For only this one. Only this one, we don't hail Obaseki.
Don't wait.
Yes, I got
Uta agarudo ogyomarua. Now, just because you don't want us to acknowledge the things where Obaseki do for grant, now you want your people to suffer.
Mm.
And me and you don't say government is continuous.
Yes.
Where you do reach another person, even when Obaseki they come out, he set up transition committee and say, let us have a conversation. Make I show now where I work reach. And how we want to continue, make we not miss this track. They said no. Odupu said no. The beginning asked for city allowance. Say
city allowance. Now next of kin, you might even ask me where.
They said next of kin don't know they use the ATM card.
You know they use
that we dropped.
And wire.
And
wire. Would you ask sleep and wire?
There's a big use app, transfer app.
Okay.
Oga Crusoe, you know say we not get you all the time. Well, to get you today now, we want drag many information come out. You know say Danobi is PDP.
Yes.
And all through, I think the first 1 year of Obaseki re-election, he was cool with the governor. Later, fight starts. Then he join people where castigates Obaseki, class say he's not a good politician, he not carry the party along. Me, I surprised. You know my alma mater. Me, I surprised say I just wake up to say they don't announce Danobi as the chairman governing council. I don't say Danobi is used to wicked money. These are big money spenders. These are men that are used to big money. They know they do. If they make somebody like Crusoe or Saige chairman governing council, I will say, this one. But somebody like if you see like 50 million for the school, you spread like this. But 50 million, all people like them, that love it take go Lagos, come back. So when I hear I can't say a governing council, you never reach 2 days. I can't hear say the man announced 500 million. And I say confirm because they don't say that not been a big money spender. I wanted a mandate that small to okay, you can actually generate. You can do it like this, do it like this, do it like this.
What's your student population?
What's your population? You know?
What's the school fees per student? Now the question Obaseki they ask them before they go they vex. What's your student population? What's your school fees per student? What other revenue sources does the university have? What is the total budget that you can use for it? They don't want to answer any question.
Now they say Okpewolo increase subvention. Now the question I want to ask you: subventions to tertiary institutions, which he promised, have not been paid. I want to be the year say that 500 million.
You don't know.
And NASA, he never drop shishi.
No, she
and they know say very soon that not be go start the call press conference because if that not be not see money, he must call press conference. Throw more light on this matter of 500 million subvention.
You know, say as you first talk, say next of kin and wire that they wire.
Yes.
And you know, next of kin on the check account balance. They will just the wire they go. So Okpewolo and next of kin and next of kin to a very hardworking father. Godwin Obaseki and a very conservative father. Like Godwin Obaseki, whether they waste money, let's do it like this, keep on. So Obaseki keep money down. Now next of kin come begin wire. You know they check balance. It's okay that you work the money now. When you wire, you still check the balance. Say how many remain.
Yes, so.
But based on next of kin, now you know they check. Enjoy the wire, boom, boom, boom. As he wire, and then I come to me wire, I come to say,
he don't go.
Because he say the app tell and say the amount you put is more than the balance. Oh That's of king shock. This money they finish. That's of king is in shock as I'm talking to you now. It's in shock. 30 billion don't finish. What of this one coming from here? They say you don't say you collect yesterday, you give leader. What of this one say you know? So my guy don't hook. So in the look for money and the flow of money from Aja drop significantly. So he's not able to meet all those plenty promises. Even Edo State Polytechnic said they don't complain. Subvention not come. So waiting will contact those ones. Okay, I don't get subvention. I'm gonna bring the names of all the staff and the account number. Who do you pay them directly from Treasury?
Emata.
Now go and verify. He wants to be paying the Usain Poly people from Treasury because not pay their subvention. So the embarrassment now they say they never pay them salary. They want to pay them from Treasury. So now next of kin problem. Next of kin now why are they on the look bank balance. And now they don't type wire 1.6 billion. Now they tell and say sorry, your balance is not up to what. Oh, get mommy already tired.
He said, oh, get mommy, oh.
And then we are Muboloko the man.
Oh, if I have a revenue now. Remember, Uboloko the told it wrong. Again, Australia, quality winner. It's only pay my Wesley. Wait, no, I make a video. I make a video. No, I can have a video. The consultant here can win. You can generating go. Sir. Let me just link now to the IGRO question when I want to ask him. We need to hear from Don Cabazo, and I talk say he want to generate money. Laosa, he dig.
You worry, I worry.
The one way they here now edited. I need to look for the main. I get like. Okay, let me try this. Their expectation, or how gbe baba. Before we enter this Ajiarosa, remember for this subvention, how is the institution now going to run? How does that not be now one waka?
Yeah, and then you know, like you said, they say, or they call her every day, say, that's of king, you never wire. We say, I beg, we're having some, gathering some money now, they give excuse. So that the money, they check out, after some time, it go cast. Like, you know, so those people, don't they give credit? Other than Danobi. No, Danobi has never played genuine politics in his life. All the years when Oshomole was governor under APC, now Danobi was on the payroll of APC, even though it was PDP. So that make when Obaseki became governor under PDP, Danobi does not like it that a sitting governor for his party, Danobi doesn't thrive in victory. Danobi thrives in defeat. So for the first time in his history as chairman of the party in Edo State, a governor now emerged from his party. He was very uncomfortable with it. Now he didn't lead to the fight. So he like as he be now. Opposition, I be governor, he go say in the other side. So we go use that one until they go government house where they collect.
So
But
the
unfortunately,
500 million when they talk follow everywhere, you don't increase use subvention. No shishi.
she buy not there. They struggle now. They look for money. And they scrape everywhere now. I mean, they just make one payment. They struggle now. Next of kin, they scrape all the other account, one put for the account when you one wire from. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
No, Mr. Crusoe. Now my last set of questions I want to ask you. So last month, we talk say IGR will drop. The court talk say IGR will not drop. Say they even made over 10 billion. Before we call it year of NNPC. They don't break down say see how the money they come. They also say they made over 10 billion. This month we still come out again say IGR will drop because we here say that they fight internally say they are not state actors, that they hold the money for road if the money they come. So the money only fit enter office. The cost talks and say they made over 9.something billion from IGR. Okay, you feel break them down. Are they generating more than Obaseki's government or they are?
Let me break it down for you. Now, number one, January. What happens usually is that NPDC, that is the subsidiary of NNPC,
yes,
then they front load all taxes when they're supposed to pay to government. They lump everything up, pay once for January. So that money came to 5.3 billion, over 5 billion.
Wow.
So waiting Edo State government actually generate from the normal sources was just about 4 billion in January.
Kai.
Plus the 5.3 when NNPC pay up front. Now they see 10 billion when they talk around a lot. February can't reach now. That of course NNPC already pay. They're not gonna pay again. Abi?
Yes.
The money when they come generate for February, this February when finish. So those numbers today now.
Yes.
Now 3.7 billion they come generate. So you know if you call it the 4 point something when they add join the 5.3 when they take make 10 billion.
Yes.
This time now 3 point something they generate 3 point something billion. I think 3.6 or 3.7 billion and then generate for February. If they tell you say they generate anything more than that, tell them make them publish them. Public government money. Now public money now is not a secret. They will never do it. Why? Because they didn't generate anything. They generated only about 3.7 as against an average of 8 billion monthly. Obaseki they drop. So what did I tell you now? It's telling you that about 5 point something billion they already go there. All the Shaba, all the no more less, all they don't fix occupy.
So 5 point something billion you're just there with all those non-state actors now.
Now that they suck up before it reach where government did, they don't suck. Now Gabazo be one fixing you sucking part because you say now breeze. Because everybody don't fix their own for the source. So Kabazo say, okay, so Kabazo fix your own. Yeah, that Kabazo say, oh, me was senior.
No, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, please, we need to hear the presentation by the chairman Atalakpa enforcement this thing. We thought Atalakpa no they eat bone.
Blood
I never see where tiger for bush they eat bone. Now raw fresh meat then they eat. So after Kabaka say Atalakpa na be. It is say that to call devour the masses. In the look and say when me go on street. So he can shock say as in rich now bone now he can get.
I call the men.
that can remain. So maybe we hear the presentation.
My name remains Comrade Tony Kabaka Adu, the Chief Enforcer to Edo State Board of Internal Revenue. My MD, sir, there's a lot of lapses. There's a lot of revenue going away that government is not aware of, that government is supposed to be generating for infrastructure and development. But I will open up for you and thank God all my movements over this exercise. I move with government media and personal media crew. I think I have like 6 media crew. Sir, I will tell you vividly, if government is really interested to generate money, they need to buckle up. So what happened, my experience over these few days of doing this job? I have the video tape. That's why I come with the media, so that we can play some for you. I will tell you vividly that union make 98% of revenue generation in those states, while government is just taking 2%. And I will clear to you, and I have the video. I have